Mr. Speaker, today in media reports we're learning that the future of the Bull Arm fabrication site is unknown. I asked the Minister, have you had any discussions with Nalcor officials regarding the future of this site?
I'd be happy to advise the House that yes, I've had multiple discussions with Nalcor on the Bull Arm site. As the people of the province know, we're coming to a conclusion of the Hebron, wonderful Hebron project. The Bull Arm site is under lease until March of 2018. We wanted to get out there early to make sure we talk to as many people as possible, get an expression of interest to see what interest there is to use the Bull Arm site for further work. And that's what we're doing, Mr. Speaker. We've allocated time, we've allocated resources to searching worldwide to bring more work to the Bull Arm. Thank you.
Are there conditions under which she would support selling the site?
We're going global to ask to ask the global community under an expression of interest what they would like to use the site for, how we can lease that site. If someone comes forward with an opportunity to buy that site, we'll certainly consider it. It is an expression of interest, Mr. Speaker, so we are considering all the different avenues. We are searching globally. We want to make sure whatever we do is in the best interest of the province, Mr. Speaker, and we'll continue to monitor and review these expressions of interest before we go to a request for proposals. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So the Minister has just confirmed that the Bull Arm fabrication site is indeed on the market. I asked the Minister, is this the start of a fire sale, a sell-off of Nalcor assets?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Nothing of the sort, Mr. Speaker. I don't know what was in the plans for the former administration. Perhaps they had none, which they often did not have any plan to do anything with the assets of this province. Mr. Speaker, we are being very responsible. We're going out a year before the lease is up with the Hebron project to go out and search globally to get expressions of interest of what could be done with the Bull Arm site. There are multitudes of opportunities out there. We're going to do what's in the best interest of the province, Mr. Speaker. It's an expression of interest to see how we can continue to work with the Bull Arm site. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, if the asset is indeed sold, that will limit the potential for future economic development activities. So to avoid selling the asset, will the Minister put conditions on any future oil developments that the fabrication of rigs and equipment must be done in this province?
The number one goal of this government, Mr. Speaker, the number one goal of this government is to keep and continue to employ the people of this province through great private sector, great opportunities in the economy. As the member opposite knows, we have benefits agreements with oil and gas companies. We have been very fortunate this year, Mr. Speaker, in attracting 7 new entrants, Mr. Speaker, new entrants in exploration offshore Newfoundland and Labrador. We're going to continue to work very diligently, very smartly to ensure that this is the best place in the world for offshore oil and gas development.
Mr. Speaker, the 7 entrants came as a result of the seismic work conducted by the previous administration.